welcome to Base Sunday, everyone. I'm your host, Frank Mallicoat. Got a great show for you today with the CEO of a brand new online community, the director of the San Francisco State Guardian program, and two Bay Area authors you're going to love to meet. Before we get started, though, let's do a little business here. Stay up to date with Base Sunday for extras, including high-tech gadgets, reviews, and behind-the-scene pictures. You can visit our Facebook, Twitter, and our YouTube websites, and we hope you do. Now, our first guest is in charge of a newly innovative website. It's called Figment.com. The social network lets readers communicate about published works by chatting with experts, exchanging ideas with authors, and discovering new books as well. And here to talk about it is their CEO and their co-founder, Jacob Lewis. Thanks for being in, Jacob.
Sure, my pleasure.
You're a Berkeley native, living in New York now?
Yeah, far from home.
Far from home. And tell us, how did Figment.com come about?
So, you know, I started this company a couple of years ago with an old colleague of mine from my magazine days after discovering a phenomenon in Japan in which adolescent girls were reading and writing their own books on cell phones. And we wanted to sort of create a similar community here, which we allowed teens and young adults, anyone through their 20s, to create their own fiction, share it with their friends, discover new kind of works, and have an online community in which they could communicate about that kind of stuff.
Now, my intern did a little crack research. I'm not sure this is from him or not, but it's kind of the LinkedIn for the humanities. Would you agree with that? You like that?
You could see it like that. I think there's a real big social component to it. I mean, you could look at it like any kind of social network that's out there, but the main part of it is about creation. And it's about giving kids access to a platform in which they can write poetry, write fiction, write screenplays, whatever they want to write, and share that with a kind of growing community and comment and review about it, find works by published authors and amateur authors, and really create their own unfiltered writing that they can do with the advent of technology.
And not only that, if you want a review on a book or you want to find out something new that's out there that's interesting, you got that as well, right?
Yeah, there's a tremendous amount of work out there. We have 50,000 kids on the site. They've created 120,000 books. They add about 500 to 600 new ones every day. So there's an incredible discovery mechanism for them to find a multitude of work. And sometimes that's work from a friend down the street, and sometimes that's work from a published author, and all of that can be done in a social context. So you can talk to the person that you're reviewing and commenting on.
Pretty cool. Now, Figment.com, tell us how that came up. What with the name itself? Where's that?
You know, the name is really just meant to kind of sort of hint at the of creation and of fiction and of innovation and creativity, and I think it really captures the nature of what goes on the site every day.
Well, I was perusing it yesterday, and I got to tell you, it's really user-friendly. It's colorful. I mean, it just kind of sucks you in, so to speak, and I'm sure that being a magazine guy from the New Yorker, that was part and parcel. But you told us, how many hits are you getting? How many people are going to the site?
Well, so we have 50,000 registered users. We get about maybe 5 to 6 million page views a month. Wow. People come back. We have incredible engagement numbers. I mean, people really use it as not just a place to come and dump their work, but a place to really experience a community. And they want to put their stuff up so that they get a response and they can expand on it after a time. People spend, you know, oftentimes come back 3, 4, 5 times a day, whether they're talking in the forums, writing their own work, commenting or reviewing on somebody else's work.
And how many times do you log on?
I'm on it all day long. All day long.
I bet.
Phone, computer, any way I can get to it.
That's great. That's great. How's it set apart from other sites? There's a lot of social networking sites, a lot of places where you can go. Why is yours different?
Well, I think, you know, most social networking sites are about people that you know. Right. You go on there to find people that you have an experience with in another part of your life. You're just reintroducing yourself. On Figment, it's really about creation. The place you start is about what you're going to create. And so you don't go on to find somebody particularly. You go on to find something you want to read, or you want to go on to find someone who can review your work. And that really is about the content that you're creating. And that, I think, sets it apart, makes it a little different.
And how about the age group? You said a lot of teenagers are there?
Teens and young adults, and mostly 13 to 24 is a sort of predominant age group. We don't cut anyone off on the upper limit. I think some people come on there because they are aspiring authors and they want to try out something that they haven't done before. And sometimes there are kids who just really want to share their work and give themselves the legitimacy of publishing something that they haven't had. And you know, that's a really powerful thing. I think if you're a 16-year-old and you haven't been able to share your work, or you don't have someone, a place in which you can show it to somebody, this gives your work a little bit of power and gives you the legitimacy of sharing it with 50,000 people.
Well, it's great stuff. I highly recommend it. Jacob
Thank you very much.
Thanks so much
pleasure.
for dropping it. We appreciate it.
Thanks.
And if you'd like more information on Figment, log on to figment.com and join in on the latest buzz. It's a tool that you just don't want to miss. After the break, we're going to talk with a director of an educational program. It's tailored for former foster care children, all preparing to get into college. Stay right there, folks. We'll be right back.
Her mother's crack addiction forced her to take on the role of parent
She used me to raise her children.
and nearly drove her to suicide.
I will